Hi everybody, it's Emily. So I'm coming to you a week after, a little less than a week because I did it on a Monday because I had a Monday off. Ooh, Monday off. But this week I'm going to talk about confidence, which is a big part, and community. For me, the community part of it is actually, I feel, very important. Myself, I haven't been as involved as I would have liked to been. More so out of fear, I think, which is odd because, usually community is somewhere you go to not fear and you can be yourself and do what you need to do. I've just been lucky, like I've said, with my roommate in the situation I have to not feel like I have to reach out as much for community, but it is good. You get to meet new people and hear their experiences and make new friends as well, which is always great. And I am always willing to make new friends because who wouldn't want to be my friend? I am amazing. I am a light of sunshine on a rainy day. We all know this. Everybody doesn't know me is like, who's this girl who is full of herself right now? Which will actually bring me into confidence. Confidence is definitely, I'm going to get back to community later, by the way, don't worry. Confidence is, it took me a while to build confidence, and it's not easy for a lot of people sometimes. It definitely takes time, and for me, like, I remember the first time I went out, it was like before I had started my HRT. It was with my really good friend Allie, which you've heard before. She's my bestie. And like we, back then, well, not back then, but because back then, like she had gone out with me, and it was like the first time really I'd ever gone out. And basically, like, I was so scared. Like, I remember like gripping her arm, and then she kept talking as we did like a beeline for the store, just to go to TJ Maxx to like buy something or try stuff on. And I was just so terrified at the time that like I just didn't want to stop. I just didn't want to look at people. I was just so scared, and I probably made myself even more obvious at the time, which is just ridiculous. But it's just funny to think back on that. She actually brought it up at one point when we were at the mall like a week or so ago, which how much has changed since then, as now I'm just going to ask, can I get in the dressing room, and like it's like no big deal anymore really as much. But confidence is a big thing. I feel like for my confidence has gone up the more I've put myself out there into the world. Like I personally, I think like the more you push yourself and you keep getting yourself going, the more confident you're going to be. Like, it's so hard, and I understand because it was so hard for me, like, to even get out there, to even like think about doing it. Like, even at one point, like if it was even like a thought to like, no, like I can't touch that, I can't do that. And as I started to like build a little more confidence, from me or from my friends, which I really appreciated. I mean, I look back at some of the pictures right now when I went out, and I was like, wow, people obviously knew, but I had gotten so much confidence from my friends and stuff that it didn't matter to me, because it really is in the end all about you. If you have the confidence that you're going to venture out and you're going to be who you are, nobody's going to question you. It's very hard for them to question you if you have the confidence. Usually a lot of people question you if you don't have that confidence. And it is a very hard thing to get, I agree, like, because you're always going to be scared. I was terrified, like beyond terrified for a long time. But the more and more you do it, the more confident you get, and the more people you meet, the more confident you get, which is back to community. Because I found myself getting more and more confident with the more I've talked to my friends and the more I've seen my progression on HRT. I just like, I don't feel as scared anymore. And when I get compliments, like I met a nice person today, and they gave me a nice compliment, and I couldn't help but blush and laugh. And just, it's so nice to hear, because I feel like, just hearing that, like, I do kind of have confidence in myself a lot of the times, but sometimes it's nice to hear, and it just boosts you up a little more, and that's always good. And communities can do that as well. It's definitely like hearing other people's stories, like I said. Just getting to know other people and knowing what they went through, and knowing like what their struggles were. You can better understand them. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of like just rattling on now, but yeah, communities and confidence are very important. And if you feel like you don't have confidence now, just keep building yourself up and go out, explore, build yourself up to the point where you know that you feel confident with yourself. I mean, I used to hate looking at myself. I used to hate taking pictures. I used to hate everything. And now, like, you can ask any of my friends, I will just look at myself in the mirror like all the time or take selfies. It's pretty bad. But yeah, it's just like, you gotta have that confidence in yourself to like know that, okay, like, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I think I'm pretty. I think I'm this. That's okay. And then when, you know, your friends or people compliment you, it feels even better to know, like, oh, okay, I knew this already, but you're saying it, and that makes me feel good. So, I'm not really sure what else to talk about this week. So, I'm going to talk about, for a second though, how I just saw the first episode of Class on BBC, and it was very good. But it was so exciting to see the Doctor again, even if it's Peter Capaldi, not Matt Smith or Jennifer Tennant. I am a huge Doctor Who fan, if people don't know. And I'm super stoked that I just saw the Doctor after like a year of not seeing the Doctor. So yeah, that's my nerd out for a second. And totally nerd out on that camera. So it was great talking to you guys, or me just talking to you. You know, the next one, we might do a Q&A thing. I might get my roommate in here where I think we're going to talk about the differences between female to male, male to female, and how we, you know, cooperate with each other. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I mean, I'm just kind of rattling on to a camera here. I mean, I don't, you know, so just let me know. But I will be back next week. It might be the Q&A. It might be me and Ray talking about our differences between male to female, between female to male. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you all in suspense. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. And yeah, bye.